Guys, recently we discovered fake Malaysian food in London, didn't we, Julia?
Unfortunately, yes.
It was not Malaysian food like you think. It was not roti canai, it was not nasi lemak. This was apparently traditional Malaysian dishes like Manchurian chicken, black bean chicken, chow mein.
They had all sorts.
They had all sorts. They had a laksa. What on earth is a laksa? It's not a laksa. It wasn't pretty. It looked like a bowl of oil, I think.
Yeah.
We uploaded the video and there was a lot of Malaysians who had a lot of things to say about it. They said that there were probably Bangladeshis that lived in London.
Which is possible, yeah, that's a good possibility.
Lived in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Or they'd never been to Malaysia before and they were just faking it. Probably the second. There was a few interesting comments as well.
Someone said, you know, you shouldn't take it seriously, it's just come to market and everyone knows it's just a touristy place, right?
Yeah.
It's actually not. You'd be surprised. It's kind of touristy, like most places in central London. But I would say even locals go to Camden Market. Someone said it's just Camden Market because it's super touristy, right? Everyone knows that.
But we found the problem was much more widespread than that, didn't we?
Yeah, it's not Camden.
It's
and
unfortunately.
Camden's got some decent stalls, even some authentic ones. And you know what else? Like, there's so many places in London, most of them, probably 95% are not authentic.
Yeah. The issue being is when they serve this food to the Londoners think this is Malaysian food, and they think Manchurian chicken, they think black bean chicken, chow mein is Malaysian. But what happens is worse, is when they think it's not great food, they think Malaysian food sucks. This is why it's such a big issue, because this is not, I wouldn't be happy if someone was serving British food wrong and saying this is real typical British food. So, as Julia said, it's not just in the touristy parts. Actually, this problem is widespread in London because many British people aren't really fully accustomed to what Malaysian food is. Now, we found another place. It was a Singaporean place.
They had a few Malaysian dishes.
They did. They did.
I
Kaya
think
toast.
It was a mismatch.
Kaya toast on the menu as well.
The menu looked kind of proper, so we were excited to go, you know. They had a lot of like very nice like names, but from Malaysia and Singapore.
Yeah.
They did attract us and we really wanted to try it, especially obviously so this kaya toast really
It looked good. It looked good and me and Julia were really quite excited to try it. We felt like a nice coffee and a nice kaya toast.
It was afternoon and we're like, yeah, you know what would be great right now, a kaya toast.
Well, that's what we thought we were getting. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we run it and let you see what we got. Guys, we have sat down. And this is a place called Kopitiam. So we are back eating Malaysian food, or in this case it's Singaporean food, but let's be fair, kaya toast is from the Straits. They've also got nasi lemak, which is Malaysian. They've got char kway teow, very nice. They've got a vegan nasi lemak, it's very nice. Nasi padang as well, roti john, beef rendang, ikan bakar, sambal sedong, semua, ada semua di sini. We're gonna get kaya toast, and
I need to also be quick.
they also do teh tarik, which is quite tempting. Harganya bagus, pendapat saya. £4 for kaya toast is very good, I would say. Okay, it's toasted bread, and okay, it could be cheaper, but for me, for £4, that's not bad. I think that's good.
It's a roti canai, but
It's a roti canai with kaya. It's interesting. They do Hainanese chicken and rice as well.
Because roti is prata, and then Singapore, so it makes sense. Yeah, everything's free.
They've got Milo dinosaur, bandung, sirap bandung.
What's interesting about syrup bandung is that when we are there, I don't actually see anyone drinking it.
In Malaysia?
Yeah.
Sirap bandung they have in Malaysia, but
They have, but like
people don't get it that
don't
much.
really drink it that much.
I think it's very sugary sirap bandung.
But they always
I think
have
it's
it.
rose, isn't
You
it?
know the Malaysian restaurants, they have it here in London. They always make syrup bandung. Oh, why is it called syrup bandung again? It's very confusing.
It's not from Bandung at all.
No, it's not from Bandung.
Here we go, kaya toast in London. Have you ever seen it? Very interesting, right? Here we go. Nice copy as well. It's actually really nice.
I can already tell it's different style.
Singaporean style tends to be slightly different bread, but
Still different. This one doesn't have the butter in it, kaya. It's nice. This is more like a coconut paste. It's not coconut jam.
right.
And there's no like buttery layer, more just like a paste.
Let's have a look. So this is kaya toast here in London. Look at that. Slightly different to what the old traditional kaya toast. No, actually, so I've eaten a lot of kaya toast. Never seen it like that before. It's very interesting because they've actually given us quite a lot of it, which is very nice of them. And in fact, it doesn't taste. It actually tastes very coconutty, so it's actually very nice. I have to say, it is a different style of kaya toast, but actually it's quite nice. I can't lie. Slightly buttery. Slight coconut in there. Very interesting. But this is the joys of Asian food in London. London is so expensive for everything. It's rip-off. I don't blame many people having to A, adapt to the local flavours of the English people, B, having to restyle dishes slightly because the taxes in this country are obscene. Drinking alcohol is very, very expensive as a result, you know. So things change a little bit. So when you find authenticity, it's always very interesting, but sometimes you find slight different takes on things. Very cool. Salty, slightly sweet, coconutty. I don't know what it is, but it's nice. I definitely approve. So guys, that was not the traditional kaya toast we thought it might be. Bits of like mashed chicken. It was like mashed chicken in a kind of piece of bread, like blended chicken, but actually it was...
Yeah, when it came, I was like, what is this?
So guys, what do you reckon of that kaya toast then? What on earth is that? Did anyone clock Julia's face when she tried it? The problem was...
No, the problem was already when I saw it, I knew it wasn't right because the whole toast looked a bit like it had scrambled eggs inside.
It looked like scrambled eggs, didn't it? But
it was very strange looking. It looked very dry.
The question is, what? So why didn't we say anything? Like as if we don't know. We didn't say anything because the guy was sitting right behind me. The guy, it was a single guy running the shop, and he was sitting right behind me. What am I going to do? Slate him for? I felt a little bit bad. His shop was empty.
He's not the boss.
He blamed it on someone else, said it wasn't the boss. And he said the guy makes it homemade. So what it was and what it tasted like, it tasted like coconut. And it was really kind of...
It did. It wasn't bad. But obviously it had nothing to do with kaya toast. So
No.
if you're going there because you've got a craving,
Yeah.
don't expect to satisfy it because you're just going to be full, but from something else.
What on earth was that? I don't know.
He did hear us talking. He overheard us talking because we were saying it's probably homemade.
Yeah.
It did feel like something homemade. You know, you felt like some sort of experiment you would do in your house, being like, should I make some coconut spread?
That area is predominantly Bangladeshi, so he's gone into one of the Bangladeshi shops and bought
some
coconut paste.
Tinned coconut paste, which is something different than obviously.
And then he's mixed it with some sugar or something.
Something, it was still pretty dry.
Starchy, it was dry and starchy.
Very starchy, which is not something you would put on bread anyway.
I don't understand why he didn't go to a kaya, like an Asian shop and just buy kaya jam. Because it does exist in England.
I know, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's that common. I think you have to go into specific big shops to find it.
Right.
Or you can find it online, so okay, it's not that difficult maybe. I don't know, maybe they never actually tried it. What I think of is I haven't tried it, so I'm going to make these experiments trying to make it in my kitchen. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
And that came out. But it's not usually something you will serve anyway. It was strange.
So that is apparently Singaporean food. Now to Londoners, now they will think that is what kaya toast tastes like. as Malaysians and Singaporeans, you guys watching this, it's very important these kind of places are kind of held, held accountable for what they're selling, because what they can do is they can say they're selling Singaporean food, but inspired Singaporean food, inspired Malaysian food. You cannot say it's authentic, and on their website they say it's authentic Singaporean food, which is a little bit naughty because we know Malaysian dishes.
The thing is, like
dishes.
Europe, the UK, even London is full of mostly people who've never travelled to these places.
Yeah,
so
correct.
they actually don't have a clue what these things taste like. So if they go to this restaurant to try something new, they wouldn't know what's what. So they just take whatever they try for granted. They might just go, oh, I don't know.
That is the big issue with it.
And a lot of the things that are made in this restaurant, they're a bit westernized anyway. They are made for British palate.
Yeah.
I like them a bit. Sometimes they all taste the same, we say.
No,
it's true. You try to eat Vietnamese, you try to eat Thai or whatever.
It's bastardised, yeah. It's true. It's true. So what do you think? Singaporean food in London? Would you go again? I didn't want to.
The menu was so tempting, but
yeah, I don't want to call the guy out because I feel that he's a shop business. So he's obviously paying for that restaurant, and his restaurant was quite empty. So I feel it's a little bit harsh to give him a hard time. What's really interesting about this place, guys, is there's a load of reviews. And there's reviews from English people who say it's quite nice, and then there's the reviews from the Singaporeans.
Someone has spoken about the kaya toast though in the review, so I was still hopeful.
Yeah, I was too. Well, we make our own kaya toast in England in the sense that we go to H-Mart and we buy kaya jam sometimes, but we just felt like it in London. A nice copy, a nice traditional Malaysian, Singaporean copy, Ipoh copy.
Even the copy obviously had nothing to do with that.
No, it was completely wrong.
And not Malaysian, not Singaporean.
All of it was wrong.
It was just a random coffee, like a randomised coffee, like you could get anywhere.
So there we have it, guys. The question still remains whether this kaya toast is authentic. I've eaten kaya toast in Singapore, Malaysia, even in Indonesia, and never had anything like that before. But saying that, the restaurant does have good reviews, and the guy that runs it is very nice. So maybe it just wasn't the right dish we ordered. And maybe some of the other dishes are slightly more authentic. But, when you get people like us coming along, we'll be able to quickly tell whether something's authentic when we eat it. Saying that, it was, I looked on their Facebook, and they did used to be called Sumatra Takeaway, which is interesting because now that over the years they've changed from Indonesian restaurant to a Singaporean restaurant, which is very, very interesting. But one thing stood out to me, and I thought this was like, I don't know why they changed from Indonesian food to Singaporean food, but they wrote a Facebook post and it said, Indonesian cooking combines the best of Indian and Chinese food to create mind-blowing dishes. And that one just annoyed me a little bit because no, it doesn't. It never has done, never will do. Indonesian food doesn't combine Chinese and Indian food at all. It's got nothing to do with Indian food whatsoever. The Nusantara is a part of Asia that has nothing to do with India in that sense, or China. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, try out the place if you get a chance in London, and let's see if we can change this. We'll have to go back maybe and try something else. We'll see. Anyway,